So in this video, I'm not going to be the comedic mastermind with a clever turn of phrase that would make Chuck English envious. So I'm not going to be serving up a bunch of knee slappers and side splitters because this is a very, very serious topic. Activision Blizzard is being sued by the state of California for sexual harassment, gender and racial discrimination, and overall just having a very, very negative work environment for their female employees. Pretty bad stuff. We're also going to have Bungie weigh in a little bit, as they were partnered with Activision Blizzard for several years. By the way, if it looks like I have a dip in, it's actually nicotine gum. Still trying to quit vaping. It'll catch up with you, much like all the stuff that Activision Blizzard's been getting away with for years. Alrighty, Stallions and Stallionettes, share on my screen. This article will be cited or sourced in the description below, as I do anytime I cover any news in the gaming community or industry, generally more lighthearted topics, generally news about upcoming software or hardware, but I also cover a lot of esports news and obviously the gaming industry, companies, studios, producing houses, when they have issues like this. I will be using the word allegations because these are not substantiated yet. However, they are almost universal in the statements that were made, so it seems pretty damn accurate in my opinion. The video game studio behind the hit franchises Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush, those are three completely different games. It is amazing how diverse that studio is facing a civil lawsuit in California over allegations of gender discrimination, sexual harassment, and potential violation of the state's equal pay law. A complaint filed with the State Department of Fair Employment and Housing on Wednesday alleges that Activision Blizzard Incorporated fostered a sexist culture where women were paid less than men. We'll get to the details of that in just a minute. It's not like they were paid less because they were in different positions or they put in less work or anything like that, and subjected to ongoing sexual harassment, including groping. So pretty serious allegations. And then it gives you a little sidebar here in case you don't know that Activision and Blizzard merged in 2008, hence why, you know, it's the Activision Blizzard launcher every time you play Warzone. Officials at the gaming company knew about the harassment and not only failed to stop it, but retaliated against women who spoke up, the complaint alleges. Again, just getting worse as you read the article. Women employees were paid less and assigned lower-level jobs. The lawsuit alleges that Activision Blizzard's female workers who spoke to investigators, quote-unquote, almost universally confirmed. So several women, you know, not two, not three, probably a good chunk of their staff, alleged that their time at the company was akin to working in a frat house, and not a friendly frat house where the ladies enjoy hanging around, but a uncomfortable one, an awkward, just tense place to work. Not a good work environment. Male employees drank on the job and came to work hungover. So I'm sure that's not every male employee there. I'm sure an Irish coffee with breakfast in the break room wasn't, you know, a normal day on the job, but I'm sure a lot of these boys were flasking it in the cubicle. Drank on the job and came to work hungover. And this isn't just like they had a little bit of Listerine on their breath. They were Jim Beam seeping from the pores. The alleged sexual harassment ranged from comments about women's bodies and jokes about rape to unwanted touching of female employees by their male peers. And the complaint is also the result of a 2-year investigation by DFEH. Claims that unequal treatment of women went beyond company culture to the more formal parts of their job as well. Women were allegedly paid less than men, both when they were hired and during the course of their employment. They were also assigned lower level positions and passed over for promotions despite doing more work than their male peers in some cases, according to the lawsuit. One woman said her manager told her she wouldn't be promoted because she might get pregnant and might like being a mom too much. Can't make this stuff up, guys. The sexual discrimination was even worse for women of color, the suit claims. At least 2 African-American women reported being singled out and micromanaged. And then, of course, Activision Blizzard is going to respond or retort to these claims through their PR department. Activision Blizzard, in its statement, said it did not tolerate sexual misconduct or harassment and noted that it investigated all claims, adding that it was making it easier for employees to report violations. The company also said it strives to pay employees fairly for equal or substantially similar work and ensure that pay is driven by non-discriminatory factors such as performance. We're confident in our ability to demonstrate our practices as an equal opportunity employer that foster a supportive, diverse, none of the claims we've heard so far really fit into either of those statements, inclusive workplace for our people. And we're committed to continuing this effort for the years to come. Oh boy. It's a shame that the DFEH did not want to engage with us on what they thought they were seeing during their investigation. But several former employees took to social media Wednesday after the lawsuit was filed to corroborate, some of the allegations it contained, including this quote right here. Blizzard has claimed that the DFVH report is false, misleading, and irresponsible. I can tell you that I knew what was going to be in that report before I read it, because during my time there for only a year, I witnessed all of these things. So we have seen in the past false allegations against gaming corporations such as Twitch, where basically there were non-substantiated claims made that were basically kind of a class action lawsuit just to pocket some change through false claims. This does not seem like it is that at all. Again, I don't know. I wasn't part of the investigation. I don't have any inside knowledge or anything like that. So honestly, these could be incredibly accurate. And if that's the case, this is pretty disgusting, the work climate that they have there. Mistreating their employees of different genders and nationalities, races, sexual orientations, etc. But it seems like this isn't just some lighthearted jokes or, you know, maybe some yellow light behavior where you're kind of bordering inappropriate behavior in the workplace. This is some blatant, you know, sexual harassment, groping. I mean, that's never acceptable. And the fact that this is pretty much universally substantiated amongst several employees, you know, unless they're all in cahoots to just make a false claim or something like that, it seems like this is a pretty valid lawsuit. This is a pretty valid lawsuit backed by a 2-year investigation that we have on our hands here. Now I'm going to go ahead and share my screen once again so I can move over here to this article. This is from Kotaku, and this is from Destiny 2 maker Bungie. Of course, they also made Halo. They were partners with Activision Blizzard for several years. So here's what they had to say on the issue. We have a responsibility to acknowledge, reflect, and do what we can to push back on a persistent culture of harassment, abuse, and inequality that exists in our industry. You have to keep in mind that the video game realm is predominantly male, not only on the consumer or gamer side, but also with the development houses and whatnot. A lot of their teams, their development teams, are primarily male, so they really have to push for equality with their employees. Bungie issued a statement on Twitter, but also linked to and publicized it on the weekly blog about the state of Destiny 2. While it didn't directly name Activision Blizzard, the former business partner, it did emphasize that it believes victims when they come forward. So again, probably a lot of these Bungie employees witnessed a lot of this when they were partnered, when they were visiting the studios over at Activision Blizzard, and said it is committed to doing everything in our power to combat systemic harassment, sexism, abuse, and inequality. A couple years after leaving behind Microsoft and the Halo series it created there in 2007, Bungie announced a 10-year publishing agreement with Activision Blizzard. The first game to arrive under this new deal was the sci-fi epic Destiny, followed by several expansions and eventually a sequel in 2017. But according to reports, the relationship was an acrimonious one, with Activision Blizzard pressuring the studio for more annualized releases in vein of Call of Duty. Bungie finally split with the publisher in early of 2019. So besides these serious accusations that we have here, not to smear slander because they're already down and out right now, but besides these major sexual allegations and whatnot, they have been running the Call of Duty franchise into the ground. Yes, sales numbers are through the roof. That's because of the loyalty of the Call of Duty fan. You can give them a steamy turd wrapped tightly in foil, packaged in a Call of Duty box, and people are going to buy it because, well, they're loyal fans of the franchise. It's not even the game producers such as Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games, Raven Software, Treyarch that are making Call of Duty games quote unquote bad. It's the overall umbrella of Activision Blizzard, because they're the ones that get their hand on the product after it's been produced, release it to the public, and then make all these changes to the multiplayer basically to line the pockets of Bobby Kotick and the boys. Besides these major allegations here, they've been basically destroying the Call of Duty franchise and basically trying to monetize the shit out of the average gamer through the Call of Duty store, and basically trying to cater SBMM or skill-based matchmaking, which is actually ERMM or intention in engagement retention matchmaking, to cater Call of Duty to new players, vice people that have been grinding for years to get good at Call of Duty, making it thus really not enjoyable for anybody because they're segregating all demographics of Call of Duty players. So I can imagine these statements are very accurate when Bungie's like, yeah, we are glad we left. Hence right here. Even more glad we broke off from Activision now, says Bungie tools engineer James Haywood. So some really serious allegations here. And again, it seems pretty corroborated, pretty substantiated that these are accurate statements. I mean, it's a 2-year ongoing investigation that basically just showcases what a negative work environment it was for female employees to work at Activision Blizzard. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out as more evidence arises as to the validity of these accusations, because if there is substantial proof, i.e. photo or video or audio recording proof of some of this going on, you know, one of these young ladies that works at Activision Blizzard had their phone recording and put it in their purse while these dudes are spouting off sexual harassment jargon and whatnot. That's basically the nail in the coffin here. Granted, I mean, Activision Blizzard's not going to shut their doors. They're not going to stop producing games or anything like that, but they're going to have to pay some reparations. They're going to take a big monetary hit for this, for sure. If you think that a female programmer or graphic designer can design just as banging of a game as a dude, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover a lot of news in the gaming community and industry, as well as tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing. I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow because I upload daily. Peace.